is the Transformers Legacy Evolution from the Transformers Animated Universe Deluxe Class Prowl. Man, this figure turned out great. It's actually not too bad. I had set my mind already to not liking this figure because, to be honest, this is really nothing that can replace the old animated figures. I thought they were one of the best figure lines, subline in the Transformers toy line. But this figure has kind of grown on me. He's definitely not horrible, and he's actually looking pretty good. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. The figure stands at about 13 centimeters tall, or about 5 1/8 inches tall. For comparisons, here he is with some original Transformers animated figures. We've got Voyager class Bulkhead and Deluxe class RC. And here he is with Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy Prowl, as well as the original Transformers animated Deluxe class Prowl. You can clearly see that head sculpt is a combination of the G1 Prowl as well as the animated Prowl. They sort of G1ized the animated Prowl design, but you can clearly see that this figure retains a lot of the qualities and aesthetic that this original figure had. My thing is, he doesn't look like a ninja right now. This guy was like a ninja Snake Eyes type of Autobot. He kind of looks like those Mounties, those Royal Mounted Police that are on horseback? He kind of looks like that. I don't know. Maybe it's the khaki pants, or I don't know. You guys tell me. But you can clearly see where the inspiration comes from. And I think it's a good mix. I think it's a good blend of both G1 and animated. Onto the details of the figure. Give you a look at that head sculpt. It's a nice rendition of animated Prowl. There's still some elements of animated Prowl you can clearly see there. Chest painted nicely, some gold paint, Autobot logo. He's a little stocky, not as thin and slender as the original Prowl, but he works. There's these annoying handlebars that there's just really no way out of it. That's just the way it transforms. There was no place to put these handlebars except on top of the wings, which kind of sucked. It really ruins the silhouette of the figure. Yeah, but it's okay. It's forgivable. Colors, I thought was great. It's a great homage and tribute to the old animated Prowl. You get to see some highlights here and there. You got the light bar there, where all the pieces where the animated Prowl should be, they're right there. The wheels are still on the feet. The forearms still have those gauntlets. The wings are still there. So really, they just really sort of, as what the designers are saying, they want all your figures to fit on your shelf. This is, in the multiverse of the Transformers, this is the G1 animated Prowl. So anyway, so everything looks great. Let's talk quickly about articulation. The neck is on a ball joint. He can look up, so you can have him in jumping poses and be looking up. That's pretty cool. He's got a waist swivel. Shoulders, you can go in and out, forward and backward 360. You got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow. The wrists can go in and out because of transformation. The hips, you can do the splits. You can do some ninja kicks. You go forward and backward. You got a thigh swivel, hinge knees. And it kind of feels like it's double jointed knees, much like the old Prowl because of transformation. The feet, he's got some flat duck feet. It goes up and down and has the slight rocker tilt because it's on a ball joint. Now, the main thing that really annoys me with this figure, it's not even these handlebars. It's these shuriken, these throwing blades that he has that come off the sides of his legs and form the rims of the motorcycle, just like the old Prowl did. Now, I'm going to show you. They're unpainted. They're done in this mustard yellow color, and they kind of ruin it for me because, for one, in alt mode, they prevent the wheels from really completely spinning because of these blades. And second, more importantly, the automorph, they kind of not work. They just, I don't know if you're supposed to, you know, I tried twisting it, maybe just to let it out, but it's supposed to fold out much like the original toy did, but it just doesn't. There's something wrong with the gears. You know, you have to unfold each one individually. It's just not working. I don't know what to make of it. See, it kind of moves out, but not quite. So it is really annoying. I don't know why they couldn't have just adopted the old technology, the old design. The old design was just very simple. It just folds with the automorph, and it folds out very nicely, very easily, like this, and then it turns like that. I agree that they had to remold it because it's a different connection and all that, but I don't understand why they couldn't have just adopted the same engineering with this one. This one just folds beautifully, while this one just, it's annoying. It really is. It just, yeah. So in case you're wondering, only his left fist can hold the weapon. The right fist is it has a 5mm peg hole that will kind of hold the weapon, but not really. So it's really just the left hand that has the thin grip that can hold that weapon. So transformation, we're gonna leave the weapons off to the side for the time being instead of attaching them here. I'll show it off later why. Just move the arms off to the side just so they're out of the way. Rotate the thighs this way, and then the foot with the kickstand will obviously face the rear end of the bike, whereas the one without the kickstand will face the front part. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to detach the wings and fold them down like this. And then you want to fold the seat down, and then you want to detach the chest cavity up like this. The head has the gauges on the back, so the head will sit underneath the windscreen so that the gauges of the bike are there. Now, the arms, you want to detach them, or I guess fold them out downwards like this. And then the fists, you want to tuck them in inside the forearm. Go ahead and fold it this way. And then this part right here, the waist piece, is going to swing down like that. Rotate the handlebars up, and then you can go ahead and fold these right here. They're just going to stay right there. Okay, the foot with the kickstand is obviously going to move up here. And this front wheel, you're going to rotate this way. You're supposed to just notch it in up front right like this, and just fold all the way completely till that foot forms that front part of the bike. Okay, now this foot right here, it's got some tabs right there. They are going to tab onto those wings. So you want to make it reach all the way there. Bend that knee so that the foot tabs onto the wing. And you might want to put up that kickstand now because it'll be difficult later on. So put that kickstand up. And now finally, the arms, they are going to fold underneath that seat, tab in together. And then the shin or the kneecap or the knee guard is going to tab onto that bit in the arms. There is animated Prowl in his bike mode. There's a lot of gaps here and there. They could have really just found a way to fill that in. I don't know. I guess the design is just he's too blocky and too squarish to just have everything filled up. But anyway, at first I didn't like it, but it's really kind of grown on me. So without these throwing stars, he does roll pretty okay. The bike rolls pretty nicely. But when you add the stars, the throwing stars, you can see how how this thing just loves to, I don't know how, just fold it completely. Even if you fold it completely, it just loves to hit that part, that the fender. So the front wheel, it's fine. Actually, it's actually pretty cool on the front wheel. But on the rear wheel, it just, yeah. it just gets caught on that fender. So it's a little annoying, but you know, what can you do? And here we have the Baroness, the old O-ring Baroness. Just nicely sitting on top of Prowl. I think it works. The more modern G.I. Joe figures or Star Wars figures, I think they would work better than this old 80s styled O-ring figures. But yeah, he does scale nicely with 3.75-inch figures. For comparison, in alt mode, here he is with a bunch of other motorcycle figures. We got animated Prowl, we've got Prime robots in disguise RC, we've got Road Rocket, and we've got the motorcycle Junkion. And here's a comparison with the original animated Prowl. I don't think this new figure does it better. I still have so much bias with this original animated Prowl. This has a lot of sentimental value for me. I think the original is still better, but this new Prowl is not so bad. And lastly, here he is with the Voyager class animated Bulkhead. He kind of fits. This figure was really out of scale in alt mode, but even in robot mode. But yeah, it could work. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy Evolution animated universe Prowl. It's not a bad figure. It's not great, but it's not bad. The weapons really put a downer for me on this figure. It ruined it somehow. But, you know, without the weapons, I think it's a pretty good figure. It's a nice homage to the old animated Prowl, but I don't think it can replace the original figure. Now, having said that, the figure, like I said, is not that bad. It's got all the elements of the animated Prowl combined with some G1 style aesthetic and engineering. So in that sense, it kind of works. There are some annoying bits about it, like the handlebars as well as the weapons that really don't work. But transformation, I thought, was pretty okay. Alt mode and robot mode are pretty much satisfactory. I thought the plastic quality was pretty good. You can clearly see the gloss, the high finish that the plastic has. So great quality on the plastic, and at the same time, the engineering wasn't too bad. So overall, I'm gonna be nice and give this figure an 8 out of 10. It's definitely one to pick up if you're a fan of the show, but I don't think it can replace the original figure. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Legacy Evolution Transformers Animated Universe Deluxe Class Prowl. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Now, just before we end this video, I promised my son, Danny, I'd plug his Instagram. My son has actually made an Instagram account for our cat, Biscuit. If you remember Biscuit, if you watched my Rat Trap review, my Kingdom Rat Trap review, I kind of showcased Biscuit. He's all grown up now. He's more than 2 years old, and my son wanted me to plug it because he's been trying to really promote Biscuit and the channel and the Instagram account, really. And I was really impressed that he's 10 years old and he's able to do to go on social and just make an Insta account for our cat. And it's gotten some followers, but it could use some help. So if you love cats and you think Biscuit is cute, please give Cat the Biscuit a follow on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you then.